Here's what's happening in the news. Came across this article today from the Wall Street Journal that actually came out yesterday, but it has a lot of detailed information in regards to what's happening with a lot of African currencies. Predominantly, in this article here, it talks about the South African rand, the Angola kwanza, as well as the Nigerian naira, if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyway, it talks about how because of China's slowdown, all of the countries that were major exporters to China are now suffering because of a lack of sales for the most part. So massive layoffs, a lot of currency devaluations, and a lot of things happening, which all goes back to hurt the people who are dependent upon the currency, which are the citizens themselves. So I'll include the article below, but just to give you some of the highlights that kind of caught my attention. As of course shows South African rand here. But to start off, it says that the rand has lost 30% of its value since Chinese market turmoil began. And so it lists that right now $1 will purchase you 1660 as of today rand, which as in last summer it was 12. So that right there is a major loss of purchasing power for the rand, and makes it more expensive to live, I'm sure, in South Africa. But just to give you a couple of things here that kind of stood out, it said South African rand dropped to a record low, and Nigeria tightened capital controls. Basically, their bank decided to stop selling dollars in order to try to prop up and support their currency there. And so once again leads to depreciation of the currency because people are now wanting to get rid of it even more now. And so it says late Monday in New York, the rand fell 2.8% against the dollar to 16.78 compared to 16.32 on late Friday. So 50 cents within 3 days. South Africa's currency has lost 20%, 26% of its value in the last 6 months. In Africa, where the biggest economy rely on oil and mineral exports to China, the pain is intensifying amid the latest bout of market volatility this month. Angola sends nearly half of its oil to China, which is the continent's top trading partner. So because oil prices are down, not making as much money and actually losing money. The Kwanza currency in Angola has dropped 15% this month to an all-time low near 160 for the dollar. In Zambia, a large copper producer for China, the kwacha has fallen again after recovering from the record depths plumbed in November. In Africa's largest economy, Nigeria, the naira has been stable at about 200 to the dollar, thanks to the currency pair economists have implored authorities to abandon. And so once again, just a lot of turmoil happening in Africa right now amongst the various countries that are all major exporters of their natural minerals and resources to developed nations. And so just more of what's happening as far as more currencies being, or actually rethinking more currencies, as I mentioned from a post a while back, that this year we're going to see more countries begin to really suffer the side effects of what's happening here in America with in regards to the Federal Reserve policies and things like that around the world. And so just another example of how monetary awareness is very important for those, in these developing nations, and more importantly for those that are currently holding Federal Reserve notes, or aka dollars as we call it, because if it's happening there, as far as the currencies depreciating, sooner or later it's all going to head back to the primary source, which is going to be the Federal Reserve note. So just something to be aware of. I hope you found this article to be informative. If you did, please share it. Subscribe to Rethinking a Dollar. More interviews and more RTD news coming soon. Enjoy your day.